Good day, everyone. This is Group 3, and today we are going to present the ethics and the invasion of privacy, data snooping, and social control. For the content, we will discuss first the introduction, second part, understanding data snooping, third, the ethical dilemma, fourth, social control and manipulation, and lastly, fifth, the conclusion. Let's go to the introduction first. For the introduction, the topic establishes the context for exploring ethics, data snooping, and social control, highlighting their contemporary significance in our technologically advanced world. It emphasizes the delicate balance between technological progress and individual privacy. The term data snooping will be introduced, setting the stage for a deeper dive into its key aspects and ethical implications.
Understanding data snooping. The term data snooping describes the covert or illegal collection of personal data about someone, frequently without their knowledge or agreement. So, in this technique, personal data that is usually accessed digitally is gathered, analyzed, and used for a variety of objectives. So, data snooping can be carried out by a variety of organizations such as governments, businesses, or malevolent individuals. With the increasing use of digital technology and the internet, data snooping has increased in frequency. While some data gathering is required for legal reasons, the unethical and unlawful monitoring of people's personal information raises serious concerns about how to strike a balance between the advantages of technology, progress, and people's right to privacy. Regulation and addressing these issues sometimes entail talking about ethical standards, privacy regulations, and appropriate use of personal information. So next are the key aspects of data snooping. So first is unapproved access. So data snooping involves accessing and collecting information without the explicit consent of the individuals involved. So yeah, this may include personal details, online activities, communication records, and other sensitive information. Next is surveillance and monitoring. So surveillance technologies such as tracking cookies, online trackers, and device monitoring tools are often employed in data snooping. So, monitoring online behavior, social media activities, and digital communications are common methods of data snooping. And third one, data analysis and profiling. Data snooping often includes the analysis of collected information to create user profiles. So profiling involves categorized individuals based on their behaviors, preferences, and demographics, enabling targeted advertising or other forms of manipulation. Fourth is in privacy invasion. Privacy invasion is the essence of data snooping lies in the invasion of privacy. So, as individuals may not be aware that their personal information is being collected or used for specific purposes. Next is potential misuse. So, data snooping raises concerns about potential misuse of the gathered information. So, it may be for identity theft, fraud, or manipulation of individuals for various purposes. And lastly, the last key aspects of data snooping is legal and ethical implications. So the ethical and legal aspects of data snooping are significant. In many cases, it may violate privacy laws, regulations, or ethical standards leading to concerns about individual rights and civil liberties. Next speaker, please.
So, next is the ethical dilemma when it comes to data snooping and social control. In the rapidly advancing digital landscape, one of the primary ethical dilemmas revolves around the tension between ensuring security and respecting individual privacy. The rise of data snooping, surveillance technologies, and social control mechanisms poses a significant challenge to ethical considerations. On one hand, the use of advanced data analytics and surveillance can enhance public safety and help prevent criminal activities. However, ethical dilemma emerges when these surveillance practices infringe upon the individual's right to privacy. The collection and analysis of personal data, often without explicit consent raises concerns about civil liberties and human rights. Next, I am going to be talking about the key dilemmas. First is the privacy versus security. The trade off between individual privacy and collective security presents a major dilemma. Governments and corporations often justify data collection as essential for crime prevention and national security. However, this raises concerns about unwarranted surveillance, erosion of trust, and potential misuse of personal information. Next is the informed consent versus algorithmic manipulation. While informed consent is crucial for ethical data collection, the complex algorithms behind data analysis and targeted advertising often operate in opaque and manipulative ways. Individuals may unknowingly give up control over their data and be influenced by biased algorithms, raising questions about agency and fairness. Next, data discrimination versus personalization. Data driven algorithms can be used to personalize services and experiences, but they also have the potential to discriminate against individuals based on sensitive or irrelevant data points. This raises questions about algorithmic bias, fair access to opportunities, and the potential for reinforcing societal inequalities. Lastly, is the social control versus empowerment. Data analysis can be used to predict and influence human behavior, potentially creating a society where individuals feel monitored and controlled. However, it can also be used to empower individuals by providing insights into personal health, education, and career choices. The challenge lies in finding a balance that respects individual autonomy while harnessing data for positive societal change. Lastly, here are some points to consider. Transparency and accountability, ensuring transparency in data collection practices, and holding organizations accountable for data misuse are crucial steps towards mitigating ethical concerns. Individual control and data rights. Empowering individuals with control over their data through clear opt and opt out mechanisms and data portability options is essential for protecting privacy and promoting autonomy. Algorithmic fairness and bias detection. Developing and deploying algorithms that are fair, unbiased, and transparent is crucial for avoiding discriminatory outcomes and ensuring trust in data driven systems. Lastly, public discourse and education. Open discussions about the ethical implications of data snooping and educating the public about data privacy rights are essential for promoting responsible data practices and building a more ethical digital society.
What is social control? The study of mechanisms in the form of patterns of pressure through which society maintains social order and cohesion. These mechanisms establish a standard of behavior for members of a society and include a variety of components such as shame, coercion, force, restraint, and persuasion. By the end of the 20th century, there has been a significant increase in the use of technology for purposes of social control. This includes video and audio surveillance, heat, light, motion, and sound sensors. The rise of using technology as a form of social control relates to concerns over issues such as crime and terrorism, which have helped the spread of technologies internationally. So, in this context, social control refers to efforts to enforce norms by preventing violations or discovering and apprehending violators by means of restraint and force. There are 6 strategies that eliminate or limit violations. These strategies emphasize protection of the victim by making it impossible, difficult, or less inviting for the potential offender to act. If these fail, There are tactics that are intended to increase the likelihood of identification and apprehension. The first of these strategies is target removal. The logic is that something that is not there cannot be taken or be used. This strategy is simple and effective in that a target cannot be accessed, thereby making it secure. One example here is the move towards a cashless society where merchants who only accept credit or debit cards. Another example is through software programming where computers and telephones can be blocked from sending or receiving messages. Target devaluation. The goal is to reduce or eliminate the value of the potential target to anyone but the authorized users. The target will remain but will be found useless to predators. An example would be encrypted messages. These messages can be intercepted easily, however, without the decryption code, the data is useless. Phones, computers, and even automobiles are increasingly available, which can only be used with access devices such as unique biometric identifiers. Target insulation. The target remains but is protected. So, a target is isolated or segregated from everyone or anything else, making it secure. VPNs use this strategy where data only travels through a private tunnel to which the sender and the receiver can communicate. Offender incapacitation. This refers to the strategy of physically preventing individuals from engaging in criminal behavior. An example would be an electronic locking system for house arrests, where the aim is to prevent the individual from engaging in criminal activities outside their designated space. Exclusion. This aims to keep certain individuals or groups separated from society. This approach is often implemented with the intention of preventing perceived risks or deviant behaviors. Electronic monitoring or location devices based on GPS are contemporary examples. The alarms go off and messages are sent to authorities if an educated person wearing a transmitter gets too close to a prohibited area or leaves an area they are restricted to. The last strategy is target identification. This involves the use of technology to identify specific individuals when preventing the violation is not possible. Facial recognition technologies analyzes facial features with the purpose of identification to quickly and efficiently identify individuals of interests. The ethical implications of social control includes privacy concerns. With widespread use of surveillance technologies, there are ethical implications that can infringe on individuals' privacy rights. There should be a balance between public safety and the right to privacy. Lack of human oversight, relying on technology for social control, raises concerns about the lack of accountability, especially if errors or biases in algorithms lead to unjust outcomes. Civil liberties, technologies like electronic monitoring or geolocation tracking may restrict individuals' freedom of movement. Striking a balance between public safety and individual liberties is crucial.
Okay, so for the conclusion summarizes the key points discussed, emphasizing the intricate ethical dilemmas surrounding data snooping and social control. It reinforces the ongoing need for a balanced approach that considers both technological innovation and individual rights. Proposed solutions such as transparency, empowerment, and algorithm fairness are highlighted, providing a roadmap for addressing ethical concerns. The conclusion extends the discuss to the ethical implications of social control, underlining the importance of preserving civil liberties and privacy rights in our increasingly digital landscape. Overall, it calls for a conscientious approach to navigating the complexities of technology and individual autonomy.